Cinderella and the Missing Fingerprints. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a young girl named Cinderella. She toiled away day after day, doing chores and enduring the unkindness of her stepmother and stepsisters. One day, a royal invitation to a grand ball arrived. Cinderella's heart fluttered with excitement at the thought of attending, but her stepmother had other plans. "You may go to the ball," her stepmother said, "but only if you complete all the chores I give you." With determination in her heart, Cinderella worked tirelessly with the help of her loyal animal friends to help finish every task set before her. As the evening of the ball approached, her stepmother and stepsisters grew jealous of her radiance and beauty. In a cruel twist of fate, they destroyed Cinderella's dress and forbade her from attending the ball. But just as all hope seemed lost, Cinderella's fairy godmother appeared in a shimmer of light. With a wave of her wand, she transformed Cinderella's rags into a breathtaking gown and summoned a magical carriage to take her to the ball. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Cinderella set off to the palace, where she met Prince Charming. Their eyes met across the crowded ballroom, and they danced the night away, falling deeply in love. But as the clock struck midnight, Cinderella fled from the palace, leaving behind only a glass slipper as a memento of their fleeting encounter. Determined to find his true love, Prince Charming searched every corner of the kingdom for his maiden, finally arriving at Cinderella's humble home with the slipper. Cinderella's stepsisters desperately tried to make the glass slipper fit their large feet, but to no avail. "Are there any other maidens in this house?" Prince Charming desperately asked. Upstairs, her wicked stepmother attempted to lock Cinderella in her room to prevent the prince from finding her. In a moment of fierce defiance, Cinderella shattered her glass slipper and stabbed her stepmother in the neck with the remaining shard. Suddenly, aware of the crime she committed, Cinderella summoned her fairy godmother to eradicate all traces of evidence tying her to the crime scene. To Cinderella's request, her fingerprints were magically erased from the slipper. In a panic, Cinderella ran downstairs to the prince, revealing herself as his true love as the prince placed the glass slipper perfectly on her foot. As the stepsisters watched in disbelief, the lovers ran away to be wed. Before the magical wedding, Cinderella confessed her crime to the prince, who assured her that all would be well and taken care of. Back at Cinderella's cottage, the stepsisters discovered their mother's body and called the police. The moment the police arrived, they secluded the crime scene, taking pictures of every angle in Cinderella's room. They placed the bloody glass shards, presumed to be the murder weapon, in a paper evidence bag to be analyzed in a lab. The stepsisters were questioned, and although they had no proof, they insisted Cinderella was responsible. Once the evidence was analyzed, no hard evidence was discovered. The death was ruled a suicide, and the evidence was stored for safekeeping. Years later, Cinderella and Prince Charming received word of the death of her beloved fairy godmother. Although devastated by the news, Cinderella informed her prince that the magic preventing Cinderella from being caught in the murder had now disappeared. After years of being, the stepsisters finally convinced the police to reopen their stepmother's case. When the police gave another look into the glass shards, they found Cinderella's fingerprints on the murder weapon. The police descended on the palace and tried to charge Cinderella with the crime. Luckily for our royals, Prince Charming used his power and money to grant Cinderella her freedom and erase the crime from the public memory. And so, Cinderella and Prince Charming lived happily ever after, their love overcoming all obstacles. As for the stepmother Denise, it remained a mystery, buried at the sands of time as the kingdom rejoiced in the joyous union of their beloved princess and her prince. The end.